Hey guys, this is Hawkeye and I am back with Ultimate Fishing Simulator, the original, and we are here with a new DLC that just came out a little while ago. I was offered a free key to take a look at this. Now I have briefly taken a little bit of a look at it, and there's going to be quite the learning curve on figuring out the gear, to be perfectly honest. I do know that a lot of the species here are going to be going for float fishing types, baits, things like live minnows, stuff like that. But there's still a lot here to learn, guys. I mean, there's a lot of species here. We are talking some cool species too. We got black sea bass, black drum, red drum, Atlantic tarpon, tiger sharks, tiger sharks, for real. We've got black tip shark, we already seen that before. We've got little tunny, I'm not sure what that is, it must be a smaller fish. Yellowfin tuna we have seen, blackfin tuna is new. Mahi mahi we have seen. Atlantic Goliath grouper. Now I think that's a separate species from the one we saw in Taiwan. I don't know if it's bigger, smaller, or how that is. We've got blue marlin, spinner shark, that is another new species. Mangrove snapper, common lionfish, and the great barracuda. Now, some of these we have seen in the Thailand maps, and some of these we've seen in the Greenland maps, and the Penas Bay. But actually, I don't think. Wait a minute. Yeah, Greenland had some of them as well. That's right, they had the yellowfin tuna. But there's a lot of new ones here, and there's a lot of sharks. Actually, 3 different sharks that I've seen so far. And one of them I've actually, when I went in briefly, caught. And I can't catch them. I don't have high enough gear to catch them. They are too daggone strong. Might actually be able to see one, and you'll get to see him swim off with my lure. But we'll come in and check it. But anyway, we're going to see what we can do about catching some of the species we can catch with the gear we have, which is actually pretty powerful. But we need a lot more power to catch those buggers. That's for darn sure. Let's see what we can do here. Get this started. And I believe that is a tiger shark overview that we're looking at. Now, I will say the map is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is position 1 on the map. If you come back over here, we are actually on position 1, that green one that you see highlighted. And from what I have seen so far, I've seen some small species here, and I did see some tarpon. So I'm not sure if we're going to start here or if we're just going to take a quick look around, but we've got what looks like an old fort of some kind over here. Not sure what this is, but it's cool looking. This might be an old Spanish fort. Yep, I think that's what it is, kind of like at St. Augustine. For any of you who have ever been in Florida, St. Augustine is the oldest city in the United States. Actually, the oldest city in, well, technically speaking, it is the oldest city in the Western Hemisphere, but that's the oldest European city. We're not talking about Indian cities. But very old nonetheless, and I'm sure this is quite old. Has like a jungle in the center of it. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, they didn't mix words about mixing plenty of cool stuff in here. Wonder if there's any fish in this little area here. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it looks like you actually have to go out here to get to this, you know, the fish themselves. But I'm going to take a kind of a quick look around, see what we can look at. Now here's the boat over here. It's a big boat. I don't know that you can get on other parts of it, or if it's only on one place that you can fish, but we'll have to try that out too. But this is going to be an extremely involved DLC, guys, so this may be multiple episodes. We're going to probably go into 2024 doing this one. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next spawn point, see what it looks like. Okay, so this is just another portion of the fort. I guess we could have walked here just as easily. Let me see, what are these? I'm not sure what these are. They're cool looking, but I have no clue what the heck they are. Let me go ahead and hide the information here. There we go. Yeah, guys, if you know what this is, let me know. I'm not somebody who lives on the coastal areas. I mean, it looks like it's possibly something to stop the waves, maybe? From banging into the fort? That's just a guess. I'm not 100% certain. That would make sense because you'd want to protect this as much as you possibly can because it is part of history. But let me see over here. Looks like that's the only place that really has that. But then we've got sand over here. We got all kinds of docks that you can fish off of. Let's see if there's any fish around in this area. There's plenty. And there's some decent sized ones too. And some little ones. Lord only knows what they are. I have whatever a little tunny is. I'm going to have to look up to see what the bait is for that. And here's, I guess this is the original one I just popped into. Well, let's go over to 3 and see if that looks any different. Oh yeah, they got us out on here in a wall. Are any fish in here? No, all the fish are pretty much out in this part of things. Don't see a lot out there, actually, on this side. Let's see, number 4, this looks like some kind of a peninsula. Okay, we got speedboats. Yeah, I don't know what the heck this place is, to be honest. Kind of weird. Yep, there's another one of those things that, yeah, it seems to be right in front of these big walls. So I think what it is like a wave breaker, basically. That's just a guess. To protect this fort. Pretty cool though. Let's see here. Alright, we've seen 4. Let's see what's at 5. See, this is just an open beach. I think it's like a sandbar that's... You can go either side and fish on this side of the ocean as well. Yep, pretty much what it is. So you can fish either side, which is nice. Seems to be an island over there. I'm not sure where that is exactly, but if you look at the map, huh? That doesn't even show it on here. There is definitely an island over there. Alright, this is 6. This is like another point on the sandbar. Not seeing any... This could have been the island I was looking at for all I know. Actually, it might be. I was going to say, I don't see any fish. Nothing in here close. So it really wouldn't behoove you a whole lot to fish right here. Doesn't look like there's enough stuff. Alright, and then 7 is the last one. There's like a little point out there, apparently. I guess you could fish out there, but there's only one place you can get a boat. And as far as whether or not there are fish out there, I'm not sure. I haven't seen a whole lot of it over here. Most of them seem to be over there by the fort. I'm not sure why you want to fish here if there's no fish. Yep, no fish. Maybe that's something they need to work on. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead back to the very first point. I don't think we're going to go out on a boat yet. I think we're going to go ahead and try to do some bank fishing to start off with. We'll take a look and see if there's any fish out there that we can fish for. Okay, I see a lot of small fish over there. Don't have a clue what they might be. I thought I saw some bigger fish on this side. Yeah, there's something bigger over there. What is that, I wonder? Well, the only way to find out is to go fishing, honestly. I think 4 is my float fishing rod. We'll start with float fishing. I don't know what those are, but they seem decent sized. Let's see, what kind of bait do I have on here? I have minnows. Might be better off to start with something a little different since these are smaller species. Maybe small cut bait. Yeah, I looked through here and I didn't see anything in this area that's going to go for any of the vegetable type matter. It seems like they pretty much want to go for either insects or meat. Let's see, we got the sea bass, black drum, red drum, little tunny will go for the maggots. Flies, probably the same thing, I would imagine. Yeah. Oh, blackfin tuna goes for it. But just a couple of them for that. So that's what we're trying to figure out here. That way we're not wasting our time with something that they're not going to, let's see, they don't go for cheese at all. Doughball. The brown bullhead, yellowfin, and mahi-mahi go for that. That's interesting. Red drum, blackfin tuna, common lionfish. I think what it might be a good idea here, guys. Sometimes when you do this, it's best to try to see if you can test using a hook like this that can hold up to 3 baits. Just see which ones they go for. Just try a bunch of different ones. I would say we're probably going to be safer going with some of the ones that are a little more definite. I would say cut bait. Maybe the maggots. And red worms. Equip all 3. And then go over here to the hook. We're going to go small to start off with, but we have to find out whether or not they're even going to go for this size hook. And that, again, gets tough. That looks like that could be a tarpon there. I don't know. Well, let's go with the underwater camera here. So we got 3 different kinds of baits. We have leeches, maggots, and small cut bait. No, we have, actually, I'm sorry, not leeches. Red worms. And we'll see if this hook is of the right size, but there's definitely a larger fish there. That could... I don't know what that is, actually. First I thought it was a tarpon, but I'm not sure 100% that's what it is. Number 4 is what we have hook size. We can upsize that a little bit if we need to. That looks like a tarpon to me, guys. Hook size is proper. Wait for a bite. Okay. Well, there we have our answer. That's a tarpon, guys. If that is actually a tarpon, We are definitely going to need to change that. Let's keep the cut bait on there, but let's try the live bait as well. And I might even put large cut bait on there too. I think we might have a better shot at it if we use that arrangement. Okay, whatever that is not interested. That is a tarpon. I was right. Yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out what baits. Unfortunately, this is such a new DLC, there are no wikis to check things. So I'm going to have to actually go through and try to figure out what baits go for what species and which hooks are the best sizes to use, and that's going to take me a minute. Might have to do some research ahead of time, but should be able to get this guy in. I mean, we were only using a number 4 hook, so he can't be a monster. Now, this is the first time tarpon have been featured in this game. Obviously, we've seen him multiple times in Fishing Planet. I'm trying to think. I think that's the only game that we played where we've seen tarpon. So, I'm not sure what those little species are that are swimming around with him. I wouldn't mind catching a few just to see, but we've got this fella. We've got him. I don't know how big he is, but he is going to give me a bit of a fight here, I think. He is giving one last hurrah here. There we go. We got him. Atlantic tarpon. There you go. He is 38.89 pounds, 4.18 feet, $259 cash. That's a nice one to start this off with, guys. We are going to go ahead and get him. I think I see some... What are those? Are those more tarpon or are they something else? Well, let's toss this out here, see if we can't get another one. Doesn't look like we have to go very far. I think it is another tarpon, honestly. Yeah, this gear should have no problem getting tarpon in. Now, yeah, I actually did go out on a boat. I actually did find some tiger sharks. Now I had to use, this really struck me as odd, but I couldn't use anything bigger than a 4/0 hook. They were not interested in anything. It kept saying the hook was too large, which kind of surprised me. I mean, we're talking a shark here, guys. So it surprised the heck out of me that it didn't take like a 12/0 or something. But it did bite into it, and it just swam and swam and swam, and I wasn't even budging it. But yep, the hook size is proper, and you really have to pay attention to that. There it goes. That's another tarpon. Yeah, that's what they are over here. So we're gonna have to go with smaller hooks to see whatever these other species are, and probably mix up our baits. Because, like I said, this is an all new DLC, so there's no experience on what we're going after here. Only thing we've seen so far is the tarpon. I don't know if this guy's any bigger than the last one, but uh-oh. Ooh. He is one strong son of a gun. Alright, we got him. I think. Let's go ahead and go out here. It's a little easier for me to fight him from topside. So then I can use my position my rod just right and all that stuff. But let's bump that up a little bit here. Now he's probably going to take another attempt at getting away, and that is exactly what he's doing. Yeah, he's a tarpon. Tarpon are they're fighters, big fighters. All right. Well, we got him. Not as big as the last one. Roughly the same size, but a little bit smaller. Not much smaller. I think I'm going to go ahead and release him to get the extra XP because I really need to level up. That's part of my problem with catching some of these bigger species is I don't have enough levels. What are those little bitty species right there? That is really driving me crazy. Alright, let's see here, guys. We're going to probably need to size our hook down a little bit. But that's not going to be easy because we've got to find one that's going to have multiple baits. That's a small hook. What we have is actually pretty small. Even if we were able to get 2, it'd be nice. See, so many of these hooks. Okay, here we go. Now that one only goes to 4, and that's what we're using. Let's see, 2 out. See, that's the thing. There's so many of these hooks are huge hooks. And we got the 12. This is probably what we're going to need to catch them, but I can only put 1 bait on there. Well, let's start with the smallest. Let's start with something kind of basic. I wouldn't use small cut bait. I think I'm going to use something more across the board if I can. Let's see here. Let's see. We've got maggots. Could be the black sea bass that we're seeing, or the little tunny. So I think we might have some luck getting them with that. I am just really curious as to what they are. Yeah, the tarpon aren't going to have any interest in them. And if the hook is too small, it'll tell you it's too small. It'll say you need to bump it up. Sometimes it's better to start small and then move it up from there. Okay, we're using maggots, and like I said, a lot of the small species seem to go for that, and there's a lot of these small species hanging out over here, so just kind of curious as to what they are exactly. Well, here he comes. He is interested. Ah, shoot. Well, we know the hook's okay. I just got a little too anxious. It happens. Here comes another one. This one's... Is this different? No, it's the same kind. That looks like a red drum. We got him. Yeah, it's a red drum. Not a big one. It's a little bitty guy. Definitely not like one I've got in the Fishing Planet before. A little red drum, isn't he cute? I don't get any XP for him, so I might as well just keep selling. Let's see, that other one was definitely a different species. Let's see what we can get. That might have been like a bass or some kind. sea bass. I think I might have tossed it in an area that doesn't have a lot of fish. Let's try pulling that out and taking a look around. Maybe it's raining too. Yeah, this doesn't seem to have a seriously high concentration, but there's quite a few over there, so let's throw that over there. You know, these little dock species. There's a little fish way down there. Yeah, the only thing I really wish that this had the ability to do is spin around like it does in Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2. That's another red drum. We got him. Another little red drum. A little bigger, I think, than... Isn't he? No, he's smaller. Holy crap. Now, I bet if we bump up the hook size, we might be able to get a little bit bigger version of some of these. I don't know what the heck that was swimming down below, but it was down there a ways. There we go, we got one. Let's make sure he gets on there. We got him. Let's see what this fella is. That's a black sea bass. Looks like I got an achievement, catch black sea bass. Teeny little fella. He's a little bugger, isn't he? He is little bitty. Well, let's see if we can't bump up the hook size a little bit, guys. Now that was a 12. Well, let's take it up to a C. We'll equip this. Let's take it to an 8. See what that does. We already know we can get 4 tarpon with 4, so at 8 might at least double the size. And we're going to keep using maggots. Let's see, it did get on there this time. And let's see if we can't get something a little bit bigger than that. Not bait, basically, is what we were catching just a minute ago there. Now, black sea bass, they can get fairly decent size. I mean, I think we're talking largemouth bass size. Okay, whatever that is not taking any interest. That one's not interested. Truth be known, a 12 may be as big as he can go to get them. I don't know. At least here. No, it does say it's proper, so we're still good. Aha! Now that is a bigger red drum. Much bigger. Alright, now we're talking. Yeah, now we're talking. Ho ho ho! Yeah, now that's much better. 9.44 pounds. Obviously a new record. He's $66. We get 66 extra XP if we release him. Well, right now I need EXP more than I need the cash. And we're going to let that fella go. Now before we leave, I'm going to bump this up one more time. I can do that with this hook. We're going to go up to a 6. We already know we can get with a 4. But kind of tells you the size range here. We're talking 4.95. They didn't always do that before. You can go up to 30 pounds. I know for a fact that red drum can come much bigger than that. But I also know I want to go for a larger sea bass if we can. So we're going to equip a 6. And we'll see if we can't get a bigger sea bass. Okay, so now we're up to a little bit larger hook. Okay, I am not seeming to get anybody's interest here. Let's take a look over here. Maybe there's a... Okay, there's a bunch of different species out there. Let's see what we can... anything we can get their interest. Now, I'm not sure where we would find the lionfish. Now, they're not very big either. But usually lionfish are around coral. So I'm going to have to really take a look at the map and figure out where there might be some coral reefs if they've paid enough attention to that as far as there being cover for them. Not sure why a lionfish even needs cover since they're so poisonous, but really, that's kind of interesting, honestly. Well, I'm seeing some definitely bigger fish over on this side of things. I'll tell you what, let's come down here to one of these docks, which there seem to be many. There's a lot of fish out there. I mean, that's really right next to being the smallest. You'd think that would attract something in this general vicinity, but I mean, there's a good possibility there just aren't any big enough here. Gonna keep saying that, I guess. Well, we can go smaller then. These look a lot bigger than that to me, but could turn out that that's the only size you can use to catch these guys. Yeah, he's bigger, without a doubt. Yeah, he's much bigger, but he's still pretty small. Yeah, see, he's much bigger. 1.41 pounds. Pretty fish. He's a little bit more money, a little bit sizable. It just surprised me that they're that big. I mean, they're that small. And they'll go for that small of a hook. So you could literally just sit here and just pull one right after another. Once you get the right spot. Look how little he is. He's so tiny. Good lord. Let me see. Are there any ones that are blatantly bigger here? Yeah, let's try throwing it over there, because that's ridiculously small. I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference as far as what type of bait, but okay, there we go. That's new. That is something totally new. What is this fella? That's a little tunny. Okay, so we've caught that achievement. That, my friends, is a little tunny. That's interesting, because he's got the same kind of body shape as a tuna. Little tunny tuna. So they must be in the same family. Well, that is cool as all get out, guys. We've caught with 4 different species here. It's not too bad. Not bad at all. I don't know how big they get. I gotta do one more, guys. That was fun. I like when I get something new. There's something. I might be another one down there. Ooh, check him out. He means business. He means business. He was all about that. And he's the biggest one I've caught so far. 2 pounds. 1.48 feet long. So he's about bass size. I mean largemouth bass size. Pretty fish. Alright guys, well that is my first look at this DLC with you guys. And we've only looked at one spawn point, so there's a lot of stuff we can do. Plus we've got the boat. And we've got some big fish in this ocean here that we can catch. I would like to find out where the lionfish are. I was very happy about catching a little tunny because I didn't know exactly what they were, but I kind of figured out what they are based on their body shape. But anyway guys, as I always say, aim straight, cast far, and have fun. And I will see you later. Bye bye.